yeah, but I also think it goes to something a larger problem, and it's something that we oftentimes do with police officers, with all public safety people, and also even to a certain extent members of the military. We have, and rightfully so, I think, a very, at least how we're raised and what we're taught in school, a very idealistic approach to how to view them and that they're heroes. And I think that should be the default. But and I don't mind that being the default. But when they conduct themselves in a manner that goes against that narrative, I don't think that uh, I think that we should be willing to hold them accountable and call them out and use whatever words we need to criticize that individual. I actually think as we look at the larger issue with the police, don't you think that if everything that's happened regardless. However, whenever it happened, some of the loudest voices in condemning anything were not the activists, were not the impact people impacted, but were the actual rank and file good police officers. Don't you think? I mean, first of all, if good police officers were doing this, there probably wouldn't be as much. But let's just pretend that they were that there was just as much craziness, but the good officers were the ones leading the charge. Don't you think that would change the paradigm on how we deal with this whole issue of the police versus some communities?
Yeah, I think there is some sort of division within the police kind of community, because I do think a lot of good cops see this, but as you know, and maybe not directly, but you kind of know that the kind of mantra is the blue protects blue, right? We saw with the January 6th commission, that first day was those four officers coming up and saying, nope, this was wrong, this is what happened, boom, boom, boom. And we saw the right basically abandon them and say these four cops don't know what they're talking about, et cetera, et cetera. So there is a back to blue thing that's happening, where guys who might not have the years or the rank to kind of say something because they feel like they're going to get kind of railroaded, if you will. So that's the problem within that the community. Also, I want to bring, you brought it into a bigger picture, and I also want to bring it into a bigger picture. With, we see a lot of these struggles, we're seeing it here in Chicago with the FOP and stuff like that, of just across the country, like the vaccine mandates and all this stuff that the police unions are pushing back on. You said it best, right? Is we can treat them as heroes as default, but at the end of the day, this is a government entity that we're paying for, that is responsible for protecting and serving the people, not themselves, right? If you don't want to be a cop, you shouldn't be a cop. But something changed in this country, or maybe it was always like this, but something changed in this country where cops became above the law, above criticism, above approaching them with any sort of ideas to get better. They just wanted control and they wanted power. We see how powerful the New York Police Union is. We're seeing it here with a little pushback on the mayor in Chicago. So my frustration comes with, when did this get so big that we can't even approach any sort of a good idea to help without being anti-police or anti, you know what I mean, all that whole kind of sentiment.